Welcome to Developing Me, We, and You, where real people, real projects, and real change come together. Today, our guest is Dwight Cliff Jr. of Cliff Construction. Welcome, Dwight.
Hello, Joy. How are you doing today?
I'm well. How are you, friend?
I'm doing great as well.
Dwight Cliff Jr. I know we now have a Dwight Cliff III.
We do.
Welcome and congratulations.
Thank you.
I love it. 3 generations. So we know that there's a Dwight Cliff Sr.
Yes.
Is he the founder?
He is the founder.
Okay, tell us how you got into the business.
My dad, quite frankly, he's the catalyst to it all. You know what I mean? Like, people have heroes and stuff like that. Like, all right, like I got a superhero. Like, that's my favorite basketball player or something like that. That was him for me. You know, he was the one that put food on the table every day. I saw him putting his boots on, quite frankly, every day. Getting up, going to work. And so he would come on field trips, taking off work sometimes. And so that was my hero. And so I always wanted to be like him growing up. I'm like, I don't want to be like whatever basketball player was out at the time.
Right.
I'm like, I want to be like my dad. You know, he's the coolest dude to me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And so, how long have you been in the business?
Yeah, I've been in the business forever. There's videos where we got home VHS. Like, I'm on the job site walking around 5, 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
Like, you say, how long have I been working? Literally since then. You know, picking up trash, whatever I can do, sitting in the truck. I've been on bid appointments with them at a young age, and so I've been in the business as long. I've been been in the business forever.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so it's so important to start exposing youth and young people to careers early.
It's never too early.
It's never too early. Community. So have you all always been? I know your offices are located in Haughville.
That's right.
So is that where at 5 and 6 years old you were in Haughville?
Absolutely.
Okay, tell us about that.
Absolutely. So yeah, grew up in Haughville. Still live there today, quite frankly. And so my dad does. He still lives in Haughville. And so yeah, we grew up over there. I grew up over there, walking back and forth I caught the bus at my grandmother's house. So she lived down the street from me a little bit, and so. I mean, I've walked all through Haughville my entire life, and so it was just kind of interesting to be a full circle moment. Yeah. We ended up buying our office over in Haughville and an old church building and converting it into our office. And so it was a passion project for us. My dad found the building. He was like, Dwight, this is for us. And so.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
I love to hear you all's story, and then the fact that you are still in Haughville. And you are working with Haughville to build community.
That's right.
What does that mean for you?
It means a lot because, you know, a lot of times, you know, I went to college at Marion University on the west side too, which is it's a stone's throw away from Haughville. It's kind of funny that my entire life has really been involved around the west side.
Wow.
But what it ultimately means to me is just really not going somewhere else and taking all the talents that I've been able to acquire through awesome mentorship from my father, through the other awesome men in the community, women as well, and not taking that elsewhere, bringing it right back home and putting it to good use. You know, a lot of people, they might go out of town to a different state to go work or find work or something like that, but it means a lot to me to be able to get up every day and build our community. Yeah.
So you mentioned women. I know that there is a special woman in your life, and she's also a part of real estate as well. So you all are a family of community developers, real estate developers. Mrs. Dwight Cliff.
Yes. I couldn't do it without her. She's it sounds cliche, but once you get married and you really rely on us so much, she's the catalyst to it all. I couldn't do this without her at all. She makes it go. She makes it worth it. You know what I mean? Because honestly, if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a why, days become long, they become hard. You forget why you're doing everything, but she makes it all worth it.
Also, you want to look into the camera and say, hey, sis.
Absolutely, baby. You make it all worth it. So, yeah, she's the rock. So.
Hey, sis. We love you.
Absolutely.
Awesome. We talked about Haughville. There's a community development corporation over there. How connected are you to the CDC over in Haughville?
So when we first bought our building, I wasn't going to the community to the community association meetings,
Uh-huh.
just the neighborhood meetings.
Yeah.
So I started going, and I met a wonderful woman, Mrs. Beverly. She wasn't the director at the time, and so she was, you could tell that she was moving and shaking throughout the community, and so she was definitely someone to know. Eventually, we developed a relationship, and she ended up becoming a director over there. And so, sure enough, she was like, Dwight, I really think you should do this development program. And it was Jumpstart, quite frankly.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And I was like, Mrs. Beverly, I'm busy. I can't do Jumpstart. I have too much on my plate right now. And it was one of those things that, she called me once, and I kind of, all right, I'm going to sign up for it. And I never did. She's like, Dwight, go sign up for it today, because I need somebody in that program, and I got a spot for you. And I'm like, okay, well, let me see what it's about. I always believe in, I don't believe in coincidences. So if somebody, I listened to God, listened to Mrs. Beverly, she said, Dwight, join the program. All right, you've done told me twice now. Must be something to it. Looked into it. All right, what can that hurt? You know what I mean? And that's just kind of the approach I took, and that you can never stop learning. And so Mrs. Beverly has been instrumental to, one, my development as a young man, but also as a professional too. You know what I mean? She's poured into us, poured into me, and even just not outside the professional realm, I really appreciate her for igniting that flame, quite frankly.
When you think about community, you think, I don't know if you think about like the buildings and the people that all shape who we are. Shout out to Miss Beverly.
Absolutely.
On the west side. I know that, like you said, she's a mover, a shaker, and so that's awesome.
And a pillar of the community, quite frankly, very much a pillar of the west side community.
So, Dwight, what does community-centered development mean to you?
It means that, pulling ourselves up our own bootstraps. You know what I mean? It means like whatever we got to do to make things happen, making it happen, and allowing the people from the community to make those things happen. A lot of times we see people from the outside coming into communities and making some changes that we don't necessarily like to see in our own communities, and sometimes they don't speak the language of that community. They do things that rub people the wrong way. And so I think that when you have people of the community kind of helping make some of those, making some of those improvements, I think that means a lot, because then you have a better feel, you got a pulse on what's going on, and then, you can speak to those people of that community.
So when you think about, or someone is interested in getting into the space, or they have skill set, like you said, or a lot of times we need to make sure that we're building community from within. So someone has this skill set, construction.
Yeah.
What do you encourage, or how do you encourage them to get started in the field? I
think that sometimes people feel like they might be too busy, or it's not for them, and I think that's all head trash. Because frankly, I think a lot of us suffer from head trash, telling ourselves that that's not for us, or I can't do that, that's going to take up too much time. But I think that, one, if you knew how beneficial it would be to your legacy, building, upward mobility economically for you and your family. I think that development also offers all those opportunities, and I think you're selling yourself short if you only look at yourself as a contractor, if you only look at yourself as a real estate agent, if you only look at yourself at blah blah blah, whatever your title is, or you consider yourself that title. I think that you need to consider, at this day and age, it's hard to stay in one career and say like, all right, I'm gonna be this. Life is developing fast, it feels like. And so if you're a contractor, if you can manage a project, you can manage a development too. It's the same thing for the most part. There's some added layers to it. It's not easy, don't get me wrong, but it's definitely a skill set to pick up. And so anybody that's looking to do it, I say do it. If you're thinking about doing it, I had somebody tell me I think it might have been my dad. He was like, if you're scared to do something, it's probably the thing you need to be doing. So
if you're scared to do something, it's probably the thing that you should be doing. And then if somebody tells you twice, or you hear it twice, it's a sign.
Absolutely. If you hear it twice, you probably need to be doing it too.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Good point, Joanne.
So, Dwight, there's Dwight Sr., Dwight Jr., Dwight the Third.
Yes.
You mentioned legacy. What does legacy mean to you, and what do you hope to leave?
Yeah, that's a great question. I hope to leave the business to my son. You know what I mean? I hope to to continue to grow our business. You know, I think that they say a wise man leaves an inheritance to his son or to his kids. You know what I mean? And so that's the ultimate goal. You know what I mean? That's why, quite frankly, there's nothing to go work for somebody, which there's nothing wrong with that at all. For me and my family, I think it's important that one, not to sell our business because we always need businesses ran by us in our community. You know what I mean?
Man,
there's enough people selling their businesses and businesses being ran by other people, but we actually need to own something. I think ownership is important. Money isn't everything. I think ownership, representation is more important, and it supersedes money sometimes.
Okay.
And I want to leave an inheritance to my kids.
This episode is brought to you by Edna Martin CBDO LLC, powered by Edna Martin Christian Center's Homes Program, helping families in Martindale Brightwood secure housing, build wealth, and grow strong communities. From home ownership training and down payment assistance to maintenance education and estate planning, Homes is your one-stop hub for sustainable living and generational success. Ready to own your future? Contact Immanuel Ivey at ivey@ednamartincc.org and take the first step toward your new beginning. Edna Martin CBDO LLC. Building homes, creating opportunities, and changing lives.
I've had the opportunity to lead all kind of entrepreneurship trainings and be a part of training. So part of me wants to go into that business. Like, what does it mean? How do you stay motivated in the field? Doing the work, like you said, you wear multiple hats. And so is there something like that, and you kind of touched on this earlier as well, that keeps you going? Like, what is that?
Yeah, I think that work without purpose is dead. You know what I mean? You got to figure out why you're out here doing what you're doing, because ultimately, if it's money, you're gonna burn out quick. You know, because you can go get money doing a lot of different things, and so if you don't have a purpose behind what you're doing, I think that's point number one. And if you don't have a purpose, you know, start low, start the lowest hanging fruit. What can you do today to make your life better, your family's life better? I think that having a purpose is the biggest thing that keeps me going. Family, leaving a legacy, and just inspiring my family, quite frankly. It all starts at home.
Okay. What kind of projects do you have going on right now, or what's maybe the most exciting for you?
Two projects that we're wrapping up on, or on the tail end of, is that we actually did two projects with the Westside Community Development Corporation and 2 homes in Haughville. These are one of the two brand new construction homes for the first time in a long while on the west side. So This is really special. It's on a corner that I used to walk past every single day.
Oh, wow.
This lot has been probably vacant for the past 35 years or so, way long before I was born. And so it's just cool to see, one, interact with the neighbors of that neighbors that I didn't even know. I would pass every day. A wonderful young lady named Miss Mary. She lives on the corner. She's a pleasure to talk with. And I love that. You know what I mean? I love being able to talk with our neighbors. There's people walking by every day, driving by, Dwight, what's going on over here? Or what y'all doing over here? And so that's probably my favorite project that we have going right now is the projects on the west side in Haughville. New construction at a very affordable price.
Okay.
I mean, these houses are market rate, but they're made affordable, and so they don't look like your standard affordable housing type product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These have LED lighting, so you're saving money on efficiency. They meet the new 2020 energy code, so they operate in an efficient way. They have hardy plank siding, so that's the latest and greatest in siding technology.
Yeah.
30-year roofs. These houses are built really well. Energy Star rated windows and doors. Very well built houses. I would love to live in one, and so this is probably my favorite project right now.
Cliff Construction is new construction, remodel, residential.
Yeah, so we do new construction, higher end remodels. So we do a lot of higher end kitchens and bathrooms and a lot of higher end basements as well. And so we kind of like to play in that space there. It keeps us the most efficient and helps us keep our business running.
So the balance. How do you balance profitability in purpose?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. We do community building, but we also do like a lot of private homeowner type projects. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, affordable projects are cool. They're fun to do, and that's our way of giving back. But just to keep everything going, we also got to do a mix of other projects as well. And so I think you just doing them both. You know what I mean? Finding time to do them both and keeping the main thing.
Awesome. So we have a signature moment in the segment, and so I want to ask you, what's your power plug? What's the one principle that powers everything that you do?
So I think that if you say you're gonna do something, do it. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've come to this part in our segment. We call it mirror moment.
Okay.
What was a moment of personal growth that shaped your development journey?
I think that at the forefront for me right now, I think that a personal moment that has shaped my professional journey is, I think, being married to my wife, Sess.
Shout out to Sess.
There's so much to be gleaned from this, because I think that, one, you learn to listen, you learn to take care, you know what I mean, in so many different ways. And you learn to, I think, listen really well. You know what I mean? If you don't listen, you're going to become a good listener. And so there's just been so many positives that have come from it that just I would have never thought about. You know what I mean? And becoming such a better man. It's helped me become such a better professional in what I do.
Okay.
And it's just changing my life in so many ways that I can't even. It's hard to put it all into words, but ultimately it's changed me to be a better person and man.
Wow.
And professional.
Wow. So we talk about real people, real projects, and real change.
Yes.
I love it. It's been so great having you. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know you all y'all have full schedules. So
thank you so much.
Thank you for carving out time to stop and pause and share your journey.
Absolutely.
I hope that we get to do this again.
Absolutely.
At some point. Before we go, can you tell the folks how they get in contact with Cliff Construction?
I think the best way, quite frankly, if you want to get in touch with me, go on YouTube and watch my videos.
Yes, you have the tutorials.
Absolutely. So it's just Cliff Construction on YouTube, also Instagram, Dwight Cliff Jr. And so those are my two main outlets that I spend a lot of time on YouTube and a lot of time on Facebook. So if you Instagram. If you leave a comment, I will respond.
Again, thank you, Dwight, for joining us on Developing Me, We, and You.
Thank you.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap, y'all.
Remember, build something bigger than yourself. When we build together, we grow together.